What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video, and I'm just checking in on you. How you doing? What's going on? Now today is May 14th, and this is going to be your weekly vendor reset and must-buys. So sit back, relax, grab that popcorn, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comments section below. But we're going to start off here in Washington, D.C., and then we will finish up in New York City. Our first vendor is going to be the Base of Ops. Here we go.
Greetings.
And starting off at the top, we have the Mozambique special. This is the named pistol with perfect breadbasket. And this week it comes with damage to targets at a cover. Not bad at all. Moving on, we have a tactical AUG with crit hit damage and ignited, followed by an ACR with crit hit damage and stabilize, and a X45 tactical with rate of fire and finisher. Interesting. Looking at the gear items, we have a Uzina backpack with health, status, and overclock. And finally, a Palisades chest piece with glass cannon, skill damage, and skill haste. What? Just so everyone knows right now, armor on kill works with skill builds. I repeat, armor on kill works with skill builds. And if you remember the known issues board, they said that preservation also works with skill builds. So I would take full advantage of that right now, especially if you're loving skill builds in PvE. You could have this and really increase your survivability with armor on kill every time you get a skill kill. That would be pretty sick. All right, moving on to the mods, we have Headshot 7.3, Drone Scan Range 8.3, Turret burn damage 4.2, and sticky bomb damage 6.4. Must buys from the Base of Ops, the Mozambique special with damage targets at a cover. That's not a bad pistol. Not my favorite, but it's a good one. And that Palisade Steelworks chest piece, I mean, if you just change that armor core to a skill tier, this is already, good to go for a skill build. All right.
Good trading with you, agent.
Now that is it for the Base of Ops vendor. We're going to go to the we'll hit the countdown vendor and then we'll run over there to the clan vendor. But just a reminder, the countdown and clan vendors are both in New York City and Washington, D.C. So I'm going to show them now. That way I don't have to show them later. All right, here we go. Countdown vendor. Yo, the setup. Hold on. Yo, that's a good one. Okay. All right. Not bad. Not bad at all. Here, let's start off at the top with the Dare. This is the named LMG with perfect flatline, and it comes with swap speed. However, because it already has damage to targets at a cover on it and decent LMG damage, you can easily just recalibrate that swap speed off for, say, damage to armor, and you're good to go. Moving on, we have the setup. This is a great chest piece to pick up. I would say pick it up right now. Let's see. I have the setup on me. The one I am using right now is Repair Skills and Skill Haste. But this is a great alternative. All you would have to do is recalibrate the headshot off for, say, Repair Skills. Put this on your Future Initiative Healer build for the Incursion, and then you're good. Just put it with the Lefty or the Scorpio, and then let everyone, have fun with that perfectly opportunistic. That's a really good backpack. I'm telling you, I have that in my loadout every day, just in case I need to use it for the incursions, so I highly recommend that you use it as well. And finally, we have the new Reliable. This is the named RPK with perfectly optimized, and it comes with max reload speed. I would recalibrate that off for damage to armor immediately, and then have some fun. Okay, now from the countdown, the only thing I would really recommend for you is that setup. The other two LMGs are okay, but in my opinion, there's better LMGs out there. All right, and shout out to the DoD, Disciples of Doom. We are on all platforms, and just a reminder, if you want to get on the list to join the clan, just make sure you join my Discord link. There's a few tabs in there to get on the list. We are on all platforms. And here we are, clan vendor. Boom. Oh, shit. Yo. Okay. Pick up this Kingbreaker right now. This is a perfect Kingbreaker. Really high health damage, pretty damn high damage to targets out of cover, and decent AR damage. I mean, this is what I would do is max out the AR damage first and then optimize the health and damage to targets at a cover. I think that that health damage is maybe one optimization from max, and that damage to targets at a cover is two optimizations away from max. So that's not bad. This is a really, really, really stupid strong AR. Perfect flatline. All you have to do is put it with the technician specialization and equip the linked laser pointer on your weapon, and you get that 20% amplified damage. And even with it not maxed out, you can see it's at 141k total damage, and that's before the amplified. Ugh, that's disgusting. Moving on, we have a rigger backpack with status effects. Tip of the spear backpack with crit chance. That's a good one. And, ooh, this is a really good pair of Umbra gloves. Yo, pick these up right now. You could do two different things with these Umbra gloves. So you could either change the weapon damage to an armor core and go full tank Umbra with armor regen. That thing's deadly. Or you could keep the max weapon damage and then change the armor regen for whatever it is you want. You could have crit chance, headshot, crit damage, whatever it is, and it would be fully maxed out. Either way, this is a really good pair of gloves to pick up. Whether you want to go armor regen and armor, or you want to go weapon damage and, probably crit. Really good. Tip of the spear with crit chance. This is also a decent backpack. I'm liking them. Very good. Moving on to the high end items, we have a PDR with nearsighted and magazine size, a PP19 with headshot and in sync, a tactical M249. What? Oh, okay. I was about to say, is this one fully God rolled? It's almost, but no, it's not. And steady handed. I'm not a fan of steady handed. Oh, man, those attributes are nice, though. Okay, moving on. Then we have Walker and Harris mask with crit hit damage and hazard. This is a really good Walker Harris mask. I would pick this one up and recalibrate the hazard off for crit chance, and then you would have a double crit Walker Harris mask. This is really good. I love running two pieces of Walker Harris. That way you get the weapon damage and the damage to armor. And if you run three, you would also get that increase to damage to health. Really good brand set. Moving on, we have a 93R with crit chance and finisher. For the last two gear items, we have Brazos de Arcaba's knee pads with crit chance and a weapon handling. And finally, Providence Defense chest piece with crit damage, repair skills, and tamper proof. Looking at the mods, we have Bleed Resistance 8.9, Pulse Cone Size 6.6, Hive Duration 4.4, and Seeker Mine Damage 4.5. Now, must buys things to look for from the clan vendor. The Kingbreaker for sure. Tip of the Spear is nice, but I'm not a big Tip of the Spear guy. The Umbra gloves are really good. I would probably pick up two. One go full damage and then one go armor regen. For the high-end items, the Walker Harris mask, you can make double crit, super easy, super fun to use. And that's it. All right. So we are done with the base of ops. Now we're gonna go to the west, and then we will double back east. Our first stop is going to be the campus settlement. Now, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up, support the channel by subscribing, and let me know what items you're picking up this week. What must-buys did I pass over? Is there anything you would recommend to the community? Let's discuss. But all right, here we are, campus settlement. Big money, no whammies.
What can I do for you?
Starting with the Forge. This is the named Richter and Kaiser holster with shield health as an attribute. Also comes with status effects. Following that, we have a M700 tactical with magazine size and naked. A MG5 with crit hit damage and in sync. For the gear items, we have a Lingmo mask with explosive resistance and repair skills. And finally, a Douglas and Harding holster with hazard and repair skills. Looking at the mods, we have Skill Haste 10.2, Chem Launcher Burn Strength 6.4, Hive Damage 4.2, Pulse Cone Size 6.4, and Trap Shock Radius of 5.9. Now, must buys things to look for from the campus. I'm going to say no. Nothing. Goose egg. Nada. Not in my house. Moving on. We're going to go to the Dark Zone vendors now, starting with Dark Zone West. West! Now, just a reminder for all of you that are going to buy things from the Dark Zone vendors, you have to have DZ resources. So go to your inventory, toggle over to resources, and just above your keys, you will see your Dark Zone resources. So for example, you can see right here I'm at 173 out of 999. So if I want more DZ resources, I have to go into the Dark Zone, open up the little blue boxes, those will go straight to my inventory. Or I have to pick up contaminated items, deconstruct them into DZ resources, and then you have to extract it. That way it goes into your stash and then into your inventory. But what I typically do is I just run around the Dark Zone and pick up all those little blue boxes. All right, with that being said, here we go, DZ West. West! Here we go.
Hello there.
And, ooh, preservation too? Dude, that's dirty. I like this one. I like this one. I might pick it up. Oh, that's dirty.
That's a good one.
Mine has close and personal, but I do want preservation. That would be smarter. Yeah, I'm going to pick it up. All right. Pick up this backup boomstick right now. Damage to armor, damage to targets out of cover, and preservation. Here's my philosophy, okay? You're shooting an agent, what have you, and then they're down either on their knee or they're about to die. If you want your armor back pretty much immediately, switch out to your backup boomstick. This thing will have a 1.4 to 1.5 million damage as a base, and then just shoot your enemy, proc the preservation, and you get 10% of your armor back. But if you shoot them in the face, you get 20% of your armor back. That's dirty. That's dirty. We used to do that back in Division 1 days, where you'd get them down on a knee, whip out your pistol, shoot them. That way you got sustained, and you'd get your armor back. Super fun, super useful. This is a great sidearm to have, especially in PvP. I'm telling you right now. All right, moving on. We have a tactical Super 90 with damage targets out of cover and pumped up. Not bad. I would change the talent, though. And finally, a USC 45 with max headshot and optimist. Again, not a bad weapon. Looking at the gear items, we have negotiator gloves with status effects, hot shot knee pads with crit hit damage, Douglas and Harding gloves with health and weapon handling, and finally Sokolov concern knee pads with headshot and weapon handling. Looking at the mods, we have pulse resistance 8.5, seeker mine +1 cluster, shield damage bonus of 4%, firefly skill haste 5.9, and decoy duration of 6.0. Now, must buys from DZ West, pick up the backup boomstick, preservation, perfect attributes, and or the tactical Super 90. This is a good one. Just change the talent. I'd probably go like optimist or maybe flatline or something. Okay.
Thanks for the business.
And that is it for DZ West. So now it's time to take our talents down south to the deep south, DZ South. Here we go. The backup boomstick, that was a really good weapon to pick up for the Dark Zone vendors. I hope that carries on over here. Come on, DZ South, big money, big money. Come on, give us something good.
Anything I can show you?
Bro, the apartment. This is a great pickup. Yes. So the apartment is a DZ exclusive. This is one of the most sought after named SMGs in the game, and it's the only weapon in the game that has perfectly measured as a talent. This is a great SMG to pick up. The burst damage is amazing. The sustainable damage is even better. What I would do is pick this one up, recalibrate that headshot off for, say, damage to targets out of cover, and just optimize the other attributes. It will be worth it. I promise you. Perfectly measured. The apartment. Pick it up. DZ South. Moving on, we have a tactical UMP with crit hit damage and sadist, a SOCOM Mark 16 with stabilizing and swap speed, and a custom PF45 with damage to armor and ignited. Looking at the gear items, we have Aces and Eights backpack with status effects, Umbra chest piece with crit chance, nice, that's a good one. Hanayu backpack with combined arms, skill haste, and repair skills. And finally, a Overlord chest piece with crit hit damage, explosive resistance, and head hunter. Looking at the mods, we have Headshot 7.4, Drone plus 2 extra bombs, Turret burn damage 4.1, and Sticky bomb burn duration of 4%. Now, must buys things to look for from DZ South. Pick up the apartment. And the Umbra chess piece is actually really strong. All right. So that is it for DZ South. Before we go to DZ East, we have to make our way to the castle settlement. Now, remember, there is a new doggy over here at the castle. So you have to run up here and pet the dog really quick before the music starts blaring. What up, doggy? All right. There's the dog. And then the dog will walk away. Boom. Okay. Castle settlement. Here we go. Big money, big money. Starting with the Tabula Rasa. This is the named LMG with perfectly steady-handed, and it comes with crit hit damage. Moving on, we have a Tactical 308 with damage targets out of cover and future perfect. And finally, a Black Market RPK with swap speed and steady-handed. Looking at the gear items, we have Palisade Mask. This is a really good mask. With max armor, armor regen, and hazard, what I would do is just recalibrate the hazard off for whatever it is you want, say crit chance or anything like that, you're good to go. And finally, we have Richter and Kaiser holster with crit hit damage and explosive resistance. Looking at the mods, we have repair skills 16.4, chem launcher and snare health 13.6, hive +4 repair charges, pulse effect duration 8.7, and trap duration of 4.1. Now, must buys things to look for from the castle settlement. I would say the Palisade Steelworks mask is your best bet here. All right, moving on. And that leads us to our last Dark Zone vendor of today's video, and that's going to be DZ East. Now, remember to go to DZ East. I say fast travel to the Alpha checkpoint. That way you don't have to run all the way through that courtyard from the main entrance. So you catch this little double loading screen and then exit. Boom, there's your vendor. That way you don't have to spawn way out there and then run all the way through the courtyard. All right, here we go. DZ East.
Welcome, agent.
And we have the Commando. This is the named SVD with perfectly naked, and it comes with reload speed. Following that, we have a Covert SRS with crit hit damage and Optimist, and a Black Market M60 with health damage and fast hands. Looking at the gear items, we have Aces and Eights mask with headshot, True Patriot holster with armor regen, Uzina Gattaca mask with weapon handling and skill haste, and finally a Richter Kaiser holster with skill damage and status effects. Looking at the mods, we have skill duration 8.5, chem launcher damage 4.1, hive range 4.0, pulse radius 8.6, and trap duration of 4.2. Now, must buys things to look for from DZ East. I mean, the True Patriot with armor region's nice. That's really about it. All right, moving on. That's a bust. And our last stop of Washington, D.C. before we go to New York is going to be the theater. The theater. We are going to the theater. All right, here we go. The theater settlement.
Glad you're here.
Starting with the stage left. This is the named rifle with perfect sledgehammer, and it comes with max rifle damage and optimal range. Moving on, we have a Black Market SASG with optimal range and pumped up. And finally, a M1A CQB with sadist and headshot damage. Looking at the gear items, double crit Sokolov Concern. Pick those up right now. Max out the weapon damage, and then later on, if you want to, switch it to an armor core. This is an amazing pair of gloves, double crit. So now we have double crit Walker Harris, and now we have double crit Sokolov Concern. And Right underneath it, we have a Walker and Harris pair of knee pads with max weapon damage and headshot, so you could easily just recalibrate the status effects off for crit chance and go crit chance headshot on Walker Harris knee pads. These are really good. Those Sokolov Concern gloves, A1. Yes, double crit gloves all day. And looking at the mods, we have Incoming Repairs 17.0, Seeker Mind Skill Haste 5.0, Shield Damage Bonus 4.0, Firefly +1 Max Target, and Decoy Health of 6.0. Now, must buys, things to look for from the theater. The Sokolov Concern gloves all day. Walker and Harris knee pads only if you want to use it for the headshot. All right.
Thanks for the deal.
And that is it for Washington, D.C. Now it's time to take our talents to New York, New York. Here we go. Now, the Haven settlement. This leaves us with two vendors left. We have Marco at the top of the escalator, and then we have Roy Benitez just outside. Now, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up, support the channel, and here is Marco. Starting with the tactical MK16 with crit hit damage and vindictive. We have a M700 carbon with max marksman rifle damage, sledgehammer and stability. Gross. An ACS-12 with stability again and perpetuation. Gross. And finally, an M1911 with flatline. Why? And damage to armor. Okay, I don't like any of these weapons. Moving to the gear items, we have Alp Summit Backpack with Skill Haste Hazard and Concussion. Brazos de Arcaba's knee pads with Headshot and Hazard. Not bad. And finally, Heligard Holster with Weapon Handling and Health. Looking at the mods, we have Headshot 7.0, Bleed Resistance 8.5, Shield Health 4.2, Hive Range 4.0, and Decoy Duration of 6.0. Now, must-buys from Marco, no. I'm going to say nada. Not one ting. Not one ting. Not one ting at all. And finally, we have, I almost got lost there, our last vendor of the evening, Roy, but wait. Don't forget to pet the dog, all right? Two interactions. The first interaction, you're just petting the dog, you know, get some dopamine spikes over here, okay? Feel good. It's a doggy. He's happy to see you, okay? And then you interact again. Interact the second time, and then it's random. Let's see. Oh, what's going to happen? Oh, he's about to pounce. He's about to pounce. Oh, whoa, whoa. All right. And here we go, Roy Benitez. Oh, not the stash, bro. Come on. Roy Benitez.
Hey, agent.
Starting with the Carbine 7, swap speed and nearsighted. Following that, we have a Black Market M60 with reload speed and steady-handed, a Black Market SESG 12 with magazine size and pummel, and finally a PX4 Storm Type T with perpetuation and magazine size. Looking, ooh, yes. Pick up this Cheska? Pick up this Cheska backpack right now. Pick this one up right now. So you get crit chance from the brand set bonus, you get crit hit damage and headshot damage from the attributes, and you get weapon damage from the talent concussion. This is great synergy on a backpack. Pick this one up right now. What I would do personally is probably change the crit hit damage for crit chance, just to make sure that I'm full crit chance with my headshot build, and concussion, that is dirty. Or you could keep crit hit damage and headshot on there and then just change the weapon damage to an armor core. That'd be cool too. Moving on, we have a Sokolov Concern pair of knee pads with skill damage and explosive resistance. And finally, Electric Holster with crit hit damage and health. Looking at the mods, we have Repair Skills 15.6, Skill Duration 8.5, Shield Damage Bonus 4%, Pulse Radius 8.7, and Trap Duration of 4.1. Now, must-buys, things to look for from Roy Benitez. I would say the Cheska backpack. Concussion, headshot. You could either change it to crit chance headshot or change that weapon damage to an armor core. Either way, it's a really good backpack to have. All right.
Thanks.
And that is it for our weekly vendor reset and must-buys for today, May 14th. If you found this video helpful or informative in any way, shape, or form, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Support the channel by subscribing. I do daily Division content, so make sure you ring that notification bell. That way you don't miss a single Division video. And just a reminder, we are, 2,300 subs away from 100K. We're about to hit 100K, people. So if you haven't yet, hit the sub button, support the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself. Peace out.